So let's be real, sometimes life is a lot, and especially in midlife when you might be juggling parents, your kids, other family, you might be juggling your job, maybe you have a side hustle, and maybe you're having to deal with these hormonal meltdowns or breakdowns every now and then. Just saying. So I thought I would share 5 little comforts that really have been making a big difference for me in my day-to-day. Now, to be real, these are not revolutionary comforts. They're not going to be life-changing, but they are a little bit of a pick-me-up in my day-to-day life. And I thought maybe they would also be a comfort to you as well. And sometimes I think that's enough for us, just to have a little bit of extra comfort in our day-to-day lives. All right, so the first comfort is some really cushiony and comfortable house shoes. I know it sounds simple, but these make a huge difference to me. These are the MVPs of my day. So literally, I will put these on all day and walk around in them. They are probably not the prettiest shoes you've ever seen. And I actually do wear socks with them. I know it seems like I'm 100 years old because I wear socks with them. That's okay. I don't like the feeling of that material on my skin. I don't like my feet to stick to my shoes, so I wear socks with mine. It doesn't matter. You're at home. Nobody's going to see you at home, right? Unless you're making a video like this. I don't know. Find the shoes that you like. So sometimes those ballet flats with the cushions in them, those really work as well. I've had those for a long time, but I have found that my toes kind of get constricted in those. So I really prefer these slip-on types where you just put them on. You can walk around there in them and it feels like you're walking on a cushion of clouds or something. They're just really super comfortable. And these ones that I have, they come in many different colors. I will put a link to them in the description, but find what works for you. And I also, since I work from home, I do stand on my feet a lot, and I have one of those cushions underneath my desk that I can stand on, but sometimes it's just not enough the longer that I stand up. So I actually like to put these shoes on and then stand on that cushion, and it works out great. These are wonderful if you're on your feet most of the day, or even if you're not, you just come home from work, you just slip these on and you're ready to be comfortable. And I don't know if you can hear, but I'm sitting next to my fireplace and it is kind of a stormy day and the wind is blowing like crazy. So if you hear anything, my house is not about to blow down, although it seems like it is. It is just wind coming from my fireplace because it is probably about to storm. Anyway, the next thing that kind of gives me a little bit of comfort is audiobooks. And I don't necessarily listen to audiobooks every single day, but I like them to be there when I need them. So sometimes my mind will not shut off, especially when I'm trying to go to sleep, or maybe I'm just anxious about something that's been weighing on my mind. And that is the time to just turn on an audiobook and just kind of escape for a little bit. Even if you only do it for maybe 10 or 15 minutes. Sometimes if I'm stressed out, I will set a timer and I say to myself, I'm just going to take a quick break and escape. Somewhere in my mind, I'm going to escape. And it's really kind of useful to have an audiobook there to escape to. I mean, you can escape to anything like YouTube videos, all kinds of things. And it, as anything, it can be taken to the extreme, but that's not what we're talking about here. It's just a short little 10 or 15 minute break in your day just to relax and listen to a book. So I like to listen to really any type of book. I like fiction and nonfiction. My favorite is mysteries, and I really like those little cozy novel mysteries because they're not quite as heavy. And I also listen to a lot of nonfiction books as well. And so it just depends on how much of an escape that you need. As to what you want to listen to. But I keep it on my phone and I just put my little earbuds in and I'll just sit there and relax. And then sometimes at night when I can't go to sleep, you can set it on a timer. So I use Audible, and you can set that on a timer where I just listen to a book where my brain can escape from whatever it is I'm worried about or thinking about or that's on my mind, and I can think and kind of distract myself within this story that I'm listening to, put it on sleep mode, and it will automatically shut off in 10 or 15 minutes or whatever you set it to. So it's not going to get too far away. Like tomorrow, when you go to listen to it, you're thinking, where did I even begin? It's easier to find your place because you can set the sleep alarm. Anyway, that's great. That's worked for me, and maybe you'll enjoy that too. So the next little comfort that I love are these little digital photo frames. These are probably the quintessential grandparent gift. I don't care. My son and his wife got this for us for Christmas last year, and I love it. We have all of our pictures here, which I'm not showing here because I don't want to show people if they don't want to be shown on YouTube. We have all of our grandkids are on here, all of our kids. It just cycles through. We can add them in on our phone. It's got an app on it. There are so many different types of frames like this on Amazon. And I'll put a link to a few others in the description below. Even if you think that, oh, this is what you usually give your grandparents, give it to yourself. Seriously, if you haven't been given one of these as a gift, give it to yourself because it is so worth it. We absolutely love ours. This is another comfort that I love on the daily, and I'm coming to you from my bathroom, but this is just a simple and easy, just very simple lotion or some kind of moisturizer. And so my absolute favorite is this Cetaphil, and I hope I'm saying that correctly, but it's Eczema Restoraderm Flare Up Relief Cream. And it has colloidal oatmeal in it. This is the best thing that I have ever used for my skin. Seriously, it's drugstore. You can just get it from Amazon or maybe your local Walmart. I order it from Amazon because I can't seem to get it here in my area, but I will put a link to it in the description below. Now, I'm not a dermatologist. I am also not a doctor, but I do have rosacea and I do have eczema. So I will just tell you that my skin is super sensitive. It will react to virtually everything that it could react to. But it does not react to this. Well, it does react, but in a good way. But this I will use, like I'll get eczema on my eyelids, I'll get patches of it on my face, and it will itch so bad. But I use a little bit of this. It's just so healing. And even my partner, Scott, he loves it as well. So he'll get just itchy patches or dry skin, maybe on his hands or legs or whatever, and use this a couple of times. It is so soothing for your skin. And another one, just if you want another option here, I like that. It is Vanna cream, and it is just a moisturizing cream, and it says it's for sensitive skin, and it doesn't bother me either. I will just use, it's very thick, so I will just use a little bit of it on the dry patches on my face. So if you are prone to breakouts and acne and stuff, I'm not sure if this would be beneficial for you or not. I can be susceptible to breakouts, but not quite as much as I used to when I was younger, because the older I get, the drier my skin gets. But you can just try it out. It's supposed to be non-cosmogenic, I think, but you would want to try it out maybe in a smaller version. Either way, this one is absolutely great. There's no real crazy ingredients in it, and it's wonderful. And then as well, this one, I hope you try this out. If you do, let me know how this goes for you, because this is my holy grail. The next little comfort that I love, and I don't know what I did before I had these, but they just make my life so much more comfortable, is the little tiny little space heaters. So I'm not talking about those old school space heaters that would injure people or maybe burn your house down. I'm just talking about little heaters that you plug in. They're electric heaters. They're not gas or anything. And the ones I have now even have these cool little remote controls on them. You can set the thermostat on them. You can just make it just on high straight through, like that's what I do because I'm always freezing cold. But I just love these. Now, I know if you're like me and you're going through midlife changes and all kinds of things going on, that you might be warm most of the time. Maybe that is too much. Maybe you're having to deal with hot flashes or something like that. This probably isn't for you then. For me, I am just freezing cold all the time. I have sort of a mild anemia, but I'm not even sure that that is what causes it, because I've just been cold-natured my entire life, and the last couple of years it's just gotten so much worse. But these little mini heaters, if you are cold-natured like I am, they're really just the best. I originally bought them for work because you know how offices are always freezing cold. I don't know why they're cold, but that's another video for another day, I guess, because I don't want to go down a rant on that. But anyway, when I started working from home, I brought my heater from work home with me, and now I have it by my desk for my day job. And I also bought another one for my other desk where edit my videos. And then also where I do all of my cake blog stuff and editing and writing and stuff like that. So I have one virtually at every desk I have in the house. And then I went crazy and bought another one for my bathroom. And let me tell you, that was an absolute game changer for me. When I get up in the morning and I go into the bathroom and it's even colder than my room and my feet touch the tile, I immediately turn that little heater on. It makes such a difference. And these heaters that I have 3 of the same type. They do come with a remote. They're small, but they really warm up a room quick. And you don't have to have 3 to do that. I happen to have 3 in each little section that I go to in my room or one in my bathroom. But you could just put one and it heats it up really well. So I'll put a link to these in the description below. I mean, none of this video is sponsored by anybody. These are just little comforts that I personally love. So feel free to go out and find what works best for you, or if you're even interested in any of these things. These things just really make my day more comfortable. Okay, so I would love to know what your little comforts are in the day-to-day. I'm thinking about maybe making this a series, maybe once a month. Maybe that's too much, maybe once every couple of months or so. But I like doing this because I find that you don't really have to spend a ton of money to have little comforts, and just small little things really do make a difference. And it's kind of fun to share those with others and also to get ideas from you. So let me know what yours are. I cannot wait to read about them. And thanks for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.